Reading Pioneers is proud to present the ABCs of Metal Detecting, written by Katie Schmidt, illustrated by Falcana Studio. A is for armrest. Coil, the eyes and ears of a detector. It looks into the ground and listens for metal. Control box, the brain of a detector. It interprets what the eyes and ears are seeing and hearing. Shaft, the spine of a detector. It holds everything together. Armrest, it supports your forearm when detecting. B is for balance, aka ground balance. Ground balance improves detector performance by removing sounds caused by minerals in the ground. Ground balance allows a detectorist to hear targets clearly. Detectorist, a person who uses a metal detector to find lost items and treasure. C is for cleaning. Cleaning is a personal choice when it comes to metal detecting finds. Cleaning can remove natural patina and lower the value of finds, so they won't fetch top dollar when they are sold. However, if you plan to keep the finds, cleaning can make them stand out in your personal collection. D is for digging tool. A digging tool is an essential accessory for recovering metal from the ground. Detectorists use digging tools to cut two sides of a triangle in the ground and then flip the ground up on the third side, making a plug so they can recover the metal target. E is for environment. Cleaning up and taking all of the trash that you find to a garbage can or dumpster is an important part of detecting. It helps keep the earth clean. You can also recycle all the metal you don't want at your local scrap yard for cash. F is for fines pouch. A fines pouch will hold all the items you recover. It can also hold a hand digger, pinpointer, and other tools you may want to have handy. There are even special breech fine pouches with mesh bottoms in which you can dump a scoop of sand. The sand will pass through the mesh bottom, and your fine will be left in the pouch. G is for give back. The metal detecting community is awesome, and there are tons of ways to give back. You can donate items to kids' hunts, volunteer to help organize and teach classes for the Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, and similar organizations, or simply collect all those pesky pull tabs to donate them. H is for headphones. Headphones are an important part of any metal detector setup. When detecting at the beach or in a noisy park, being able to hear the detector's signals and tones is a necessity. Without headphones, it will be hard to hear anything. I is for iron. Ferrous objects, which are targets that contain iron, tend to be junk. Most detectors have an all metal mode that, when selected, locates all targets, including ferrous ones. When all metal mode is not selected, the detector will not locate ferrous targets. There are also more advanced iron settings on high end detectors. Every detectorist should take the time to learn how their detector responds and reacts when using these different settings. J is for jewelry. Jewelry is one of the top targets for a detectorist to find. Jewelry is made from all kinds of metal: silver, gold, and platinum, to name a few. Some detectorists have paid for their detector and made a profit from the jewelry they have found while detecting. K is for kilohertz. Each metal detector has a frequency or multiple frequencies that it transmits into the ground to find metal. The frequencies are measured in kilohertz or kHz. Higher frequencies, over 20 kilohertz, are better at finding small items like gold nuggets. Lower frequencies, under 20 kilohertz, are better at finding larger items like a silver coin. L is for low and slow swing. Swinging a metal detector is the back and forth motion your arm makes when walking across the area you are hunting. One of the best and most commonly used swing styles is the low and slow swing. Low means exactly that: keeping your detector low and close to the ground, not rushing your swing motion, and making sure to overlap your swings so you don't miss covering any ground are also key. M is for modes. Most metal detectors come with preset modes for finding specific targets, like jewelry, coins, and relics, or for hunting specific land like park, field, or beach. Using a preset mode is a good starting place for learning a new detector. Start with the factory options and make adjustments as you go. N is for noise cancel, aka auto tune or frequency shift. Noise cancel is a function that is available on some detectors, but not all of them. The noise cancel function will find the quietest channel to operate on, meaning the one least affected by EMI, electromagnetic interference. O is for overseas. Overseas trips are a great way to experience metal detecting internationally, learn about the history of other countries, and find some neat stuff. P is for pinpointer and for plug. Plug, the small piece of earth you cut out of the ground to retrieve your target. You should always have one side attached to the earth so the grass doesn't die. A pinpointer is an essential metal detecting tool. It is a small handheld metal detector that will help locate a metal target once the detectorist has cut a plug out of the ground. Q is for quest. Every time a detectorist goes out to hunt for metal items is an adventure, a quest to discover valuable lost items and treasure. R is for relics. A relic is an object that survived from an earlier time period. There are many detectorists who focus solely on finding relics from battles or ancient civilizations, like the Roman Empire. Some interesting relics that detectorists find are Civil War swords, crotal bells, Revolutionary War muskets and cannonballs, and all sorts of buckles. S is for sensitivity. Sensitivity adjusts the detector's response to targets in the ground. A common misconception is the higher the sensitivity, the more targets you will find. This is not necessarily the case because the higher the sensitivity, the more the detector is affected by EMI. A detector set to the highest sensitivity level may struggle to detect because it's noisy and unstable. T is for tones and tone breaks. All metal detectors signal targets in the ground through the use of auditory tones. On some detectors, the tones are preset and cannot be adjusted. On other detectors, you can adjust not only the volume of the tones, but also the pitch of the tones. Tone breaks can also be adjusted on some detectors. Tone breaks are simply where the tone pitch or volume changes for a different range of target IDs. Target ID, the number a detector displays to help identify which type of metal has been found. U is for user profile. A user profile is a customized detector mode which optimizes the detector for where and what the detectorist is hunting. The detectorist, by tweaking the factory settings specifically for the area being hunted and the targets being searched for, can maximize the good finds they bring home. Some detectorists will also create a user profile to double check a signal if they don't want to or don't have the time to dig everything they find. V is for volume. Most metal detectors have a volume setting which allows you to adjust how loud the signals are from the detector. If a detector does not have a volume setting, it can be paired with headphones that have volume controls to enhance the detector signals and make them easier to hear. W is for wireless and water. The most popular wireless item for a detector is headphones. Wireless headphones are great because the detectorist does not get tangled in a wire. There are also wireless detectors that don't need a wire connecting the control box and the coil. This allows the detectorist to detach the control box from the detector and attach it to a belt or store it in a pocket, which makes the detector that much lighter. However, if you are going detecting underwater, you won't be able to use wireless headphones or a wireless connection because they don't work underwater. And you'll have to make sure you have a fully waterproof detector as well. X and Y are for coordinates or location. Location is such an important factor when metal detecting. Land with great history in areas near historic battlefields or locations where lively ancient settlements may yield older, more significant finds. Parks and ball fields may have more recent targets, but they can also yield older targets depending on the age of the park. Parks may also have more trash to dig through than, say, a farm field. Treasure can be found anywhere, but being in the right location will help increase the number of good finds a detectorist pulls out of the ground. Z is for zinc. Pennies are made of 97.5% zinc in the USA today. While most detectorists are not excited to find zincons, another name for the modern day penny, coins are one of the most popular targets for detectorists. Coins can be made of virtually any metal, including gold and silver, and come in a range of sizes. Finding an 1879 $4 gold coin, aka Stella, will make any detectorist year, decade, and possibly their century, as these coins never made it to circulation, and the amount minted is thought to be less than 500. The end. Happy hunting, friends! Thank you, pioneers, for reading with us today to the book
The ABCs of Metal Detecting by Katie Schmidt. I felt like this was the perfect book to read in the summer as people are going out more, adventuring, and exploring new places. This is a great nonfiction book that I hope you can check out on Amazon by clicking the link in the description box and support Katie for her fantastic and educational book. Also, I'll add a link of some of the best metal detectors so you can check them out as well and maybe start your own metal detecting adventure. I'm so thankful that Katie contacted me to read her book with you today. If you have a book you'd like to be read, please send me an email, contact@readingpioneers.com, so we can turn it into the next video. It would also be very helpful if you like the video, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to stay tuned with future read alouds coming soon. Unfortunately, this is it for today. Remember to visit Amazon to get a copy of this book for yourself or a loved one, as well as a metal detector to hopefully find some cool treasures this summer. Thanks again, readers, for joining us today, and until next time, I hope you all have an amazing day. Bye-bye!